What kind of Asian are you, and where are you calling from? JT.
Vietnamese American, and I am in Hollywood.
Nice. Danny.
Yeah, I'm Korean American, based out of Thailand for now, but I'll be going to Korea in August.
Justin.
Hey, what's up, guys? So, I'm Indian Canadian, and I'm calling in from Toronto.
Open, hook, and close, and pull gorgeous women.
This is the lifestyle self-proclaimed dating coach Justin Marc portrays in his videos, one where he's in demand, surrounded by women, charging thousands for his tips.
Because my methods are proven and tested, and I can honestly say they have a 100% success rate.
It did really upset me.
This woman we're calling Jay says her experience was very different. She says she met him last summer, and he invited her and a friend to his condo.
So we thought that we were going to a super fun party, and when we got there, that was not the case. It was just Justin and his roommate.
What happened that night has led to criminal charges of sexual assault against the 28-year-old who police named Justin Aguiar.
Who would have thought the Indian hitch would have caught a case in 2025? And there's a very important lesson in this. Control your fucking lust.
We ended up finding out that this guy literally human traffics and sex traffics these girls. Like, he literally goes to the club. And he gets girls really drunk and says, oh, there's an after party, like, let's go, like, party at my house or something. And he posts even on his social media that he's like this dating coach, this club promoter. He is none of that, guys. He's none of that, okay? He literally, bro, I literally walked into him, and not even me, but like a bunch of other people literally walked into him having like a fucking orgy, porno, some shit, and it being filmed.
Hey yo, what's poppin' everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a topic that everybody in Toronto has been talking about. Is the nightlife in Toronto really dying? Now, some regular partygoers say it just isn't what it used to be, and we're gonna react to some of their takes on everything, from rising inflation to safety concerns to the overall vibe shift in the whole city. But before we get into that, we need to talk about a major story that's been circulating: the recent arrest of Justin Marc, a well-known Canadian dating coach with Indian descent who is not just facing allegations but is charged with sexual assault. We're gonna take a deep dive into what's known so far to the public. Why has this incident shaken the public nightlife, the social scene community, and how this ties to a larger conversation about public safety in the city? So grab a seat, hit that like button, let's get into it. Alright, so before we even get into this man's charges, let's get a little background and see who this guy really is, bro. Cause I just found out about this guy recently, but apparently he's really popular in the nightlife, you know what I mean?
By 22 years old, I was making more money than my parents, right? And so by 22 years old, I was making more money than my parents, right? And so at 22 years old, I was making like 20, 30 grand a month. And it's crazy because it's like, it took me years of just doing this thing that wasn't getting results. And then almost overnight, I was
Fam, this is the man who you guys are turning to for dating advice. This can't be real.
Successful, right? And then by 27, I was a millionaire, right? So I think it's really crazy how this whole journey like transpired. By 22 years old, I was making more.
This man's name is not Justin, bro. This guy's name is Jampreet or something. This guy's having an identity crisis.
Have you girls ever had sugar daddy?
No.
Do you guys have friends who have had sugar daddies?
Yes. I actually haven't.
So, wait. So you have friends who have sugar daddies?
Yes. You have to speak to me that like.
What? So you're telling me mans are paying this man for dating advice in Toronto? Who is looking for dating advice from a man? It must be City Boy JJ and the Suya Kid. Because I don't see who in their right mind could be cheating.
What is the experience like for them?
She makes like
This man's wearing what is this, a crop top? What is he wearing, bro?
$2,000.
How, like a night?
Like a month or something extra. It's really good.
I don't know how a femboy, is that what they're called, femboys, the feminine boys, are gonna teach mans how to become a dating coach, bro. That's beyond me though. Don't mind me, I'm just ranting. Is this one?
See, don't be on the road too tough, I still cut you with a local touch.
Okay. He's showing the lifestyle though. So is this the brown Andrew Tate, bro? Is this what this guy's supposed to be? The brown Andrew Tate? He's showing the lifestyle. He has the snow bunnies, the yacht.
Views on the color. Some people said they like like it. Some people said they don't like it. And I said, well, what color is your bugatti?
I know he's a brown Andrew Tate, bro. Okay.
Thank you so much to Flags for Catering. This is amazing. Have you ever seen a condo party like this? Anybody? It's nuts. I'm expecting, like, we have Thursday on Justice tonight.
So it appears that you're showing the lifestyle. You're trying to be one of those, right? Those, I'm not gonna say fitness influencers. You're trying to be one of those dating coaches that show lifestyle. Kind of like an Andrew Tate type of guy, right? Because you're trying to be the brown Andrew Tate out here, bro. Especially with these allegations. Alright, bro. That was just a little background check. That's the only videos I could really find on the internet about him. Now let's really get into the story, bro. So he was recently arrested.
Open, hook, and close, and pull gorgeous women.
This is the lifestyle self-proclaimed dating coach Justin Marc portrays in his videos, one where he's in demand, surrounded by women, charging thousands for his tips.
Thousands for his tips, bro. Who in their right mind, brother? There's some.
Because my methods are proven and tested, and I can honestly say they have 100% success rate.
It did really upset me.
This woman we're calling Jay says her experience was very
100% success rate. Nothing is 100% in this life, bro. If a man's telling you 100% success rate, bro, and you believe it, you're an idiot, bro.
different. She says she met him last summer and he invited her and a friend to his condo.
So we thought that we were going to a super fun party, and when we got there, that was not the case. It was just Justin and his roommate.
What happened that night has led to criminal charges of sexual assault against the 28-year-old who police named Justin Aguiar.
I was being cornered in a very uncomfortable position, so that's why I was able to fight for myself and be like, I need to get myself out of the situation.
We're not identifying Jay because typically courts ban the publication of the identities of sexual.
So what, did he invite her to a freak-off? That's what it sounds
assault
like.
Complainants. We've learned it's not the first time Aguiar has been charged.
Bollywood freak-off?
Charged with sexual assault. Court records show he was charged twice before in Toronto. Both charges were withdrawn, and in one case he accepted an 18-month peace bond.
So fam, this man was charged twice for sexual assault, and he's out here giving niggas dating advice. A man's out here taking dating advice from this man. You guys are sick in your head, bro.
Other women coming forward.
Kate Alexander says she's organizing other women who allege inappropriate behavior by Aguiar more recently, and says the tactics offered by many pickup artists often come down to coercion.
It's highly, highly manipulative. The pickup artistry is not genuine. It's not about actually going out on a date with someone. It's about controlling someone.
Aguiar's lawyer told us he's still waiting for details from the authorities, saying my client is presumed innocent. He denies sexually assaulting anyone. He will respond to this allegation fully in court.
Don't engage with him. Don't give him the time of day.
The allegations haven't been tested in court. Jay wants other women to be aware of the allegations against Aguiar in case they find themselves.
He's the brown boys. He's the heart. This is the face of the dating community. He's a brown Andrew Tate, bro.
On the receiving end of these tactics.
He's an Indian Andrew Tate, bro.
Woodward, CTV News.
These women are speaking publicly because they say they want to see a number of nightlife industry leaders and hospitality groups within Toronto finally held accountable.
We are here today, ready to take action that should have been taken decades ago to protect who are the 50 victims and counting. This is a reckoning.
Their proposed class action lawsuit
victims,
specifically names Honeycomb Hospitality, Lobby, Inc. Entertainment, and Unique Hospitality. It alleges the companies knowingly allowed convicted sex offender Mark Holland to work at their venues. According to Toronto police, Holland was charged with 3 counts of sexual assault and 1 count of disobeying a lawful order of the court in August 2025. He was also...
Bro, why are these clubs hiring these known offenders, bro? It makes no goddamn sense, bro. There's nobody else you could find. And why are these dating coach? Like, people need to look how to do isn't there background checks and shit like this? Like what
So convicted of sexual assault in 2020 and sentenced to 20 years on the sex offender registry.
The hospitality groups,
make it make sense. Get caught selling some drugs or some shit, you'll never get a job for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? You diddle some kids, you abuse some women. You're doing whatever you want to do in the free world. It shit makes no sense.
Owners, promoters, and associates who have facilitated this environment are vicariously liable. Not only morally, but most definitely legally.
Meanwhile, Holland's lawyer Randall Barrs said in a statement to CBC News that the group should wait for the outcome of a trial before they target and destroy someone's life. In this country, we have a presumption of innocence, the statement said. In relation to his current charges, the way he is being treated in the media is very unfortunate and makes it impossible for him to get a fair trial in this jurisdiction. CBC Toronto reached out to the companies that were named. Honeycomb Hospitality said it doesn't have a comment at this time, and we didn't hear back from the others. The group behind the proposed lawsuit...
Honeycomb Hospitality, you guys need to jot these notes down, bro. Don't just watch and let it go over your head. If you're a daily nightlife person, you know what I mean? If you're someone that goes clubbing daily and shit, make sure you have this in your head, bro.
They're calling for accountability and a public apology.
This lawsuit will be unprecedented, and there has never been a lawsuit like this in Canada before. But I would like to be very clear. This case is not just about money. We are seeking accountability from Toronto's powerful nightlife industry that has profited.
One of Catherine Marshall's clients said social media is often used to recruit young women to attend club nights by promoters. She's part of the proposed lawsuit, but not accusing Holland. The person she is accused, Justin Aguiar, has been arrested and charged with 1 count of sexual assault. Known on social media as Justin Marc, a party promoter and dating coach. CBC News agreed to use her initials to protect her safety, but she said it's important for her to speak out.
And at the end of the day, because I believe in justice and I want to see these men and the nightlife promoters and the clubs held accountable for their actions and for all the things that they've done to so many women over the years, as we said in the press conference, dating all the way back to the 90s.
The women say the goal of the proposed lawsuit is to ban Holland.
Bro, even in the dance hall scene, bro, it's not even just these guys. Even in the Caribbean dance hall scene, I heard there's some weird shit going on with these promoters, some of these DJs. You know what I mean? They're doing weird shit, date rape shit. You know what I mean? Like, what else? All types of STDs going around. Crazy shit, bro. This nightlife is crazy.
And from working in the industry. It's also calling on the companies to pay applicants damages for sexual battery, punitive damage, pain and suffering, emotional trauma, and psychological harm for an amount to be determined prior to a hearing on the case.
Everyone has a right to a healthy and safe workplace free of abuse and harassment. Everyone has a right to be safe and healthy when they step foot into a bar or a nightclub.
And their hope is this move provokes change.
I want women to be able to walk down the street and feel safe and to go into these clubs and just dance with their best friend and have a good time and not have to worry what's going to happen to them.
The advocacy group says...
Okay, but it's not like these guys are dragging you, are just taking you and kidnapping you, bro. You're finessing at the end of the day, so it's like, I'm not saying they're right, but bro, I haven't heard anything so far that the man's grabbed you and threw you in the trunk of a car or anything like that. It's all like, they say some shit and you fall for it, like you're naive type shit.
Additional women have come forward since Monday's press conference, and it'll continue to provide them with safety support, legal representation, and a voice through the process. Talia Ricci, CBC News, Toronto.
Who am I here with?
What's up, guys? Justin Marc.
Well, what's some advice for younger guys to get girls?
Advice for young guys to get girls. Stop being a pussy, dude. Come on. That girl she probably thinks you're cute too, you know? But you're too much of a pussy to go get her, right? And then guess what? She ends up smashing her weed dealer or whatever, you know what I mean? Or like some dude she doesn't really care about because he was a bit more confident than you. So, shoot your shot, bro.
Who am I here with?
What's up, guys? Justin Marc.
This guy sounds like he's speaking from experience, bro. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. She smashed the weed dealer.
Some advice for younger guys to get girls.
Advice for young guys to get girls. Stop being a pussy, dude. Come on. That girl probably wants to talk to you. She probably thinks you're cute too, you know?
This is Toronto's #1 dating coach right here, bro. All right, this right here is an actual allegation right here. This is a pretty wild story right here.
This video is to spread awareness, and this is a safe space for anybody who wants to reach out to me, who wants to talk to me. He is an atrocious and a disgusting person, and everything he's doing needs to be stopped now. He needs to be arrested. He needs to be put in jail. He needs to be done. He needs to be done. And like us girls, like we demand that. Like, we want to feel safe. We want to feel respected. So this is part 2 of my Justin story. So we left off at
Listen, this is part 2. I watched part 1. She was just rambling and rambling and rambling, bro. You didn't miss anything.
week. So this was a week after the fun night or whatever.
Can you speed this up? Can you speed this up?
So we left off at what happened the week before. So the week before it was fun, it was good, we had a great time, whatever. And now we're moving on a week after. So we get invited to once again another one of his prees, where we go pre at his house and then we go to the club. The vibes were like low-key a little bit off. That's when like we started to like realize like what was happening. So there was a point in time where Justin was like not there at all, and we didn't know why he wasn't there at all. Like people was saying he was just showering or whatever, but also like why would you like be showering right when you have guests over? Like unless if it's like my really close friends and I'm like not even ready yet, then that's one thing. But if it's like random people that I've never met in my life and I'm still getting ready, like it's a little weird and fishy. So, and apparently we were not allowed in his room, like his room area, but it was so weird because last time we were allowed in his room, or like the bedrooms, if you will, in his house, but this time no, we were not allowed. So there was a girl who he invited to his booth the week before. So that same girl actually ended up coming to his pre, and I actually ended up having really off vibes about her. Like she kind of gave me like prostitute vibes, but I didn't want to like judge a book by its cover, so I was just kind of like, okay. Next thing you know, we walk into a room accidentally, and this is when everything starts to get crazy. But a bunch of us notice that he is literally filming a fucking porno with like, I don't even know, that same girl and probably like 3 other girls, and it's literally being filmed. Like it's literally being filmed. I'm not even joking. So we're just like, ew, what the fuck? Like this is disgusting.
So he's in there having a freak off, basically. I mean, he has 4 girls in there. One of them's a telly tig. They're probably all telly tigs, because which self-loving woman is gonna be, you know, and having a fucking orgy with that guy and not Big Freeze, you know what I mean? I'm just joking, but yo, that shit's crazy.
And then that's when everything started going downhill from there. We got off vibes immediately. We're like, okay, like we need to leave. Like this is just some really weird bullshit. We need to research this guy, because why is he doing this? Like this is fucking crazy. And this guy was known to be as a dating coach for men to get guys to have girlfriends and stuff. So we actually ended up finding out that he goes to the club. He gets girls drunk, like very drunk, and brings them back to his house for a quote-unquote after party. And he does a lot of, you know, those fucked up things. He essays them, he drugs them, gets them really drunk, gets them really high, whatever, and them. So how I ended up finding this out is actually really crazy. Anyways, so we ended up finding out that this guy literally human traffics and sex traffics these girls. Like he literally goes to the club. He goes to the club and he gets girls really, really, really drunk and says, oh, there's an after party, like let's go like party at my house or something. And he posts even on his social media that he's like this dating coach, this club promoter. He is none of that, guys. He's none of that, okay? He literally, bro, I literally walked into him, and not even me, but like a bunch of other people literally walked into him having like a fucking orgy, porno, some shit, and it being filmed. So like whatever he's posting on the internet saying that he's this dating coach for men, it's bullshit. It literally is. And the craziest part about it too is,
but what if he just had that much game and all the girls at the club at the party wanted him?
he has been doing this for the past, I don't even know how long he's been doing it for. Like I have known him only since 2023. Lord knows how long he has been doing this for. And if you go on his YouTube videos, he will literally, this is the craziest part, it literally says in his YouTube videos, oh yeah, like these guys interviewing him being like, where do you find these girls? And he'll literally be like, yeah, I find these girls on the street. Like excuse me? Like that's, like I don't even know Justin because I met him at the club. I know Justin through somebody else. But like the audacity that this guy says this shit and he's trying to get guys to like date and have long-term relationships, that's fucking crazy. When in fact, this guy is literally a convicted sex trafficker, human trafficker, whatever you want to name him, and whatever he's doing and been doing, he has literally, it's disgusting. It's so disgusting. And the craziest part about it is that these clubs in Toronto, they're allowing that. They are allowing this guy to promote, especially, I don't even want to name drop the club, but so many people know what club I'm talking about. All right? So many.
Yeah, I seen people in other comments saying like 44 and shit. He like he goes to the club and the bouncer just let him in. Rotate, like he's super name brand at the clubs, I won't lie. Like he's going there with 4, 5, 6 girls and he's like, yo, they're with me. They don't even have to get ID'd and shit.
Many people know what I'm talking about, okay? And I genuinely hope that like the nightlife in Toronto changes and that people like don't let people like this promote and like whatnot, because like this is disgusting. Like as women, like we don't feel comfortable like going into clubs literally because of these people. Like if you or anyone you know is a victim of Justin or anyone of sexual assault, please don't be shy to share your story. He's never done anything directly towards me, but he is a very fucked up individual, and I have witnessed that right in my own eyes. Like I saw it right with my own eyes. He is a fucked up individual and he needs to be stopped for everything that he's doing. And I really hope that the club industry and the nightlife industry in Toronto can take action against this person and literally ban him from their clubs, because he needs to stop. And I really hope that the nightlife industry in Toronto can really put an end to him.
Yeah, I don't know, I feel like don't they do background checks? Like that's wild to have a bunch of women in an establishment like that and you're not checking if people are sexual, or I don't know, bro. I don't even know how the law works around that. Do you even have to expose that you're a free a sexual offender or something like that? Is that even like, you know what I mean? But I did see some bill dug for in the past where it exposes where all the sex offenders live or some shit, like some of the states in America. That would be sick. That's some shit I want to see happen. You know what I mean? You're gonna see mans out there catching predators and shit like Skeeter, Jean, and Gideon. I don't know if you guys know about those people. They're out there catching the predators slipping. And Vitaly's a mod man. Vitaly catches the predators slipping in, walks them in their face.
What's going on here? How old are you? How old are you? How old are you? How old are you? How old are you?
Most of these influencers and dating coaches I see online, they real creeps in real life, I'm telling you. And usually you can even see it with the eye test. Like most of these guys, they look like they weren't getting girls 10 years ago.
Facts.
I guess maybe that is the interest. It's the fact that they weren't getting girls 10 years ago. So now you guys are like, oh yeah, I see a lot of girls, I trust them. No, it's not like that. These dudes are literally putting on a front. A lot of them, they're teaching you theory that they don't apply in real life. They're just hiding behind cameras and social media. That's why a lot of times when you do get real individuals like myself that come and I give it to you so blunt, so plainly, you don't trust it because it's too straightforward. You want to be lied to like these guys do. But I'm gonna tell you, these guys that are lying to you, the truth is gonna come out, man. A lot of these social media guys you look up to, they're not like that in real life. You guys have to stop believing everything you see. You gotta start feeling it.
Yo, I'm out in the comments and look here. The man's name is not even Justin Marc. It's Just Deep Manoof. Yo.
Guys just go for this ideology of, okay, if I can relate to a person who is basically a lame and now he turned himself into something, oh, he must be a respectable guy. No.
Yeah, bro, he's taking advantage of his community, bro. That's what he's doing, bro. You know what I mean? He ditched his whole actual persona, took on this Italian man's persona, you know what I mean? And I don't know, bro. He's mad.
Once a lame, always a lame. That's just how it goes. But I get it. It's a new social media era. That's what you.
Nah, but I don't agree with that. Also, it's not once a lame, always a lame. You know what I mean? Someone could go from not getting girls, or whatever, to getting girls, bro. You know what I mean? I don't agree with that. Still,
got support. But if you're tired of listening to all these guys online who's not actually living the life they live or they say they live, you want the real truth. That's why I made Trust Fund Baddies Academy. I'm here giving you guys game. I got nothing to hide behind. 30, 40, 50 years, there's going to be no type of, oh no, bro, because I'm actually living this life. You guys can either follow these.
Bro, why do these dating coaches, this guy says he's a dating coach too. Why do all these dating coaches, why don't they have a bass in their voice like me? Why do they all have a little zest in their voice? Like, I don't know, you know what I mean? Popular dating coach Justin Marc has been charged with no, he's not the real deal. I'm the real deal. Bro, why don't you have some bass in your voice? Nobody ever boxed in your chest when you were growing up. That's okay. Like, your big bros never boxed in your chest.
Liars, or you can listen to the truth teller. Because when I go down and it's all said and done and my tombstone is written, it's just going to be Trust Fund Baddies only. It's not going to be any type of tarnished name, none of that. But y'all got to stop listening to these lames online, man. They just lying to you. They're not giving you no real nothing. The real game is coming from me. Don't listen to these other guys online, bro, because I'm telling you, he's just the first. You're going to start seeing a lot more. The same way these online course sellers come out as scammers, a lot of these other coaches and whatnot, I'm telling you, these guys are not living that life.
No cop, though.
So you either choose to follow the fake, or y'all can continue to follow the real. Trust Fund Baddies only.
I don't know about that, but yeah, you seen, you know, there's some validity to what he's saying for sure, you know what I mean? But it's not once a lame, always a lame, bro. You could boss up in life, right? You know I mean, I've been a guy my whole life, but I'm still speaking, you know what I mean? I'm the 5'6" brown skin king, like, you know what I mean? But come on.
So what do you think is like for a woman to date a guy in Toronto?
Dude, I think dating in Toronto is so difficult for the average woman because, man, what options do you really have? You got the King Street fuckboys, right? You got the drug dealers, right? You got the club promoters, and you got the finance bros. And all the dudes I ran through, all the guys that are attractive are kind of hoes. You know, I feel for the women in Toronto. I feel for women everywhere, man. It's sad. It's like we're in a, it's almost like we're in a recession in the dating market. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, man, these women need Jesus, bro, because the guys out here aren't doing anything for them.
You said there's no good guys in Toronto for them.
You know what I think the women need? I think the women need to go to fucking like Mexico or Latin America and find a nice Spanish husband. You know, that's what they got going for them. Or like go to Spain for the summer and find like a nice like Spanish boy or like French guy or some shit in Europe. You know.
This guy's moving like he wants a Spanish guy or a French guy in Europe, bro. That's literally what I just said. He's trying to embody a friggin' a white Italian guy or a white French guy. That's literally the whole swag he's trying to embody, bro. He's friggin' having an identity crisis.
I understand people actually wait in these lines. Like, bro, you're not getting in until like next weekend. I swear to God, bro, if you don't have a booth or a guest list, do not go clubbing. Because this is the average fucking line right here. You know what I don't understand? People actually wait in these.
Okay, I compiled a list of all the places that were recommended to me on my video of where should we be going out as 30-plus-year-olds downtown Toronto. So I split it up between West End and East End. There was a lot more recommendations to go out in the East End, which truthfully I've never done. Actually, I've never been to any of these, but I'm definitely keen on trying. I feel like the consensus is you gotta try out the East End for sure.
Respectfully, ladies, you don't want to be 30 years old trying to find the next hot spot. You know what I mean? This is what happens. If you do this your whole 20s, you're gonna be 30 years old doing the same shit.
So take a screenshot of this, and if you try them, let me know if it is worthwhile. Okay, I compiled a list of all the places that were recommended to me on my video of where should we be going out.
So what do you think is like...
Toronto police are investigating allegations that patrons at a popular Toronto nightclub had their drinks drugged over the Easter long weekend. This Reddit user claimed they were drugged at Coda nightclub in Toronto after they collapsed in the club shortly after taking a sip from their drink. Coda's management told BlockTO that they are aware of the situation and that safety and security are the top priority and that their staff are trained to the highest standard to make sure this is possible, and they're currently reviewing the situation internally. Toronto police are
Internally. That means it was one of the drinks that they were. That's crazy. One of the bartenders, or it doesn't have to be that. Somebody, you could turn your back and someone could have dropped something in your drink, realistically, like in the movies.
Where is the worst place a guy can take you on a first date in Toronto?
Worst street.
You mean this street that we're on right now?
Yes.
This is the worst place to go on a first date?
100%.
Where is the worst place a guy can take you on a first date?
Girls are such liars. They'd be like, "Oh my God, King Street is the worst place," but then that's the exact place where you find them. You know what I mean? But hey, I guess it's the same way you find them is the same way you lose them, right? You find them on King Street, the next man's gonna scoop them up on King Street, bro.
Toronto.
I'm like, we're finding at my site. So we go to Fiction, and it's filled with disgusting, greasy slobs that are like 50 years old or older. And this fucking old man, he's like, "Do you want me to buy you drinks?" And we're like, "Sure, I guess." And he literally is...
What do you mean, sure, I guess? You said these disgusting, greasy men are in the club. And you're talking about the man asked if you want to buy you drinks and you said, "Sure, I guess." You know what that's leading on to. That's what I'm saying. These bitches, sorry, these women, I didn't mean to say bitches, sorry, don't come for me. But these women need to make smarter choices. Why are you leading on a guy you're not attracted to and you know he's a creepy, weird old man too at the same time? Smarter decisions, man.
biting and gnawing on my fucking earlobes, bro. Like, they were literally gonna fall off and shrivel and die. Like, my fucking dignity. Yeah, I'm never going to the club ever again on Latin night. I guess that's what I get for going clubbing.
iPhone 14 Pro Maxes in 2025. Why did I go to Lost and Found last night? Disgusting basement club. And as I'm walking from my booth to the bar, I felt like my purse getting tussled with, but I thought I was just walking through the crowd, and that's why, like, you know, when you're bumping up against people, whatever. I get to the bar, look at my purse, my phone is gone. They turned my phone off right away, so I couldn't tell my friends to message me, call me, and right now, what is it? It's the next day, and it's 5:30, my phone is still off. So, crazy. I hate Toronto. I hate it. The people here are just disgusting, honestly. Not people fucking stealing iPhone 14.
I did a whole video on this. There's one girl that went pickpocketing in the club. She left with like 20 phones. I think it was Veld or some shit. She left with like 20 phones. Super lit.
Toronto nightlife is trash.
So as someone who used to actually enjoy the entertainment district when it was actually entertaining, like we used to drive out from Hamilton and Richmond Street, there were so many people handing out flyers and there were so many parties. You're going to Fluid, you're going to Circa, you're going to Afterlife, and even like the bigger clubs like Government, Cool House, you know. So yes, it just kind of gone to shit now. Also, as I was a bouncer in Toronto for 5 years, I think the biggest thing we have lost is dance clubs. I have no interest in being in a nightclub where people just jump on couches and take Snapchat videos of themselves with their expensive bottles.
Yeah, that's one thing I hear a lot of people, you know what I mean, Even a lot of my friends complain of like, bro, the club scene, everybody's in the booth. You know what I mean? Like, people just buying, you just go in there spending a bunch of money. People are just taking pictures of food, of bottles, you know what I mean? It's all for social media. They're not really enjoying themselves like they used to.
Condos downtown really killed the entertainment district. We have places to live that we can't afford, and now there's places to club that mostly can't afford either. I'm not with the standing at clubs and posing for videos. Like, I miss dancing, dance clubs.
Toronto nightlife is...
The way I will absolutely never be going back to Rebel nightclub in Toronto. If you don't know, it's basically this really big nightclub in Toronto that's in the middle of nowhere. It's just so far from everything else, and it's huge, and I just really don't like huge clubs to begin with. The last time I went to Rebel was in 2016, and I just went like general admission, and it was just more, we'll have a little bit more space and feel a little directions, and the security there is just so fucking weird. I was like, yeah, we're on guest list, like, where do we go? And they were trying to like escort us to where we were supposed to go, but my friend was saying bye to her friend, and the security guard's just like, oh, what, you guys are fighting? Like, there's already fights happening? Like, which ones of you are VIP, which ones of you are on guest list? Like, oh, it's already like drama or whatever. And we're like, I'm like, she's saying bye to her friend who's just going in.
I think there's like security guards have been put in belt to ass recently too, bro. I think they're just overwhelmed by the city too, right? There's a lot of belligerent people in the city too.
In general admission, and we're going, like, there was no drama. She was just saying bye. I was like, okay, we walked where we're supposed to go. We're getting our wristband. Wasn't drinking at all, but the vibe was just really off, because I was like, when I went in 2016, I knew a few girls. I didn't know them, but I knew that a few girls had overdosed and died in the club. I know girls that get their drinks spiked in the club. Lots of people getting their shit stolen constantly in this club. And so even though I was in VIP, I was very, very paranoid, like sitting with my bag at all times.
Listen, if you have any stories like that, leave it in the comments, you know what I mean? That's crazy, bro. People dropping out in the club is crazy. Getting overdosed in the club is crazy. You know what I mean? We just reacted to a video talking about spiking drinks. If that's what's going, you're brave to even be going to those clubs. Like, you'll never catch me in a place where people are getting spiked consistently.
And I'm with my friend who's on shrooms, and let's just say the set was very intense. This was like heavy EDM, like full on heavy visuals.
And you can't be talking about your friend was on shrooms and her drink got spiked. How do you know her drink got spiked? Or she was just on so much goddamn shrooms?
Lots of like the smoke machines, lots of pyro, just like insane. And just like the intensity of the music and the sketchiness of some of these people, and the like worry and anxiety that your shit's gonna get stolen or your drink's gonna get, you know, your drink's gonna get spiked. I was just so paranoid. I didn't have a single drink. Well, they gave us a shot of 1942 when we came in, but I was like, who poured this shot? Like, when did you open the bottle? Like, who did you open the bottle with? Like, can anyone put anything in the bottle? Like, are you sure this is my cup? Like, I was just so paranoid. We leave the show, not halfway through, but like...
That's how you have to move if you want to get home safe, bro. Mm-hmm.
If you are a girl in Toronto riding public transit with your headphones in, go ahead and take them out right now, because let me tell you what the fuck just happened to me. I rode it 4 stops. I'm getting off at Dundas Station. I go to the doors. I'm about to get off like the fucking subway, and then I feel like this guy like walk past behind me, and he's like mumbling under his breath, right? Whatever. He walks past me, behind me, and then 2 guys like move out of the way. 2 like big 6-foot guys move out of the way. So I'm like, oh fuck, like okay, like clearly I need to pay attention to something here. And then tell me why, as I'm about to get off, literally standing there right in front of the doors, I lock in, and what do I hear right behind me, like fucking the breath on my ear? I hear, I think I found someone I can...
That's crazy.
I think I found out someone I can... And he's fucking talking about me. The way I ran out of the TTC, the way I ran out of that fucking station and up the steps at Dundas. Girlies in Toronto, stay fucking safe, because...
Okay, you guys loved my Toronto bar recommendations video.
Nightlife, I'm telling you.
A really honest rating of different bars and clubs that are downtown Toronto. As a semi-retired club rat who still serves downtown Toronto on King Street. Okay, first we have Two Cats. The only good thing about Two Cats is their happy hour. They do have like $4 shots, but every single time I go in there, I literally immediately want to leave. The entire room is just a giant circle surrounding the bar. There's nowhere to like dance, stand. I don't know what is supposed to be done in there. all people go there to do is pick up girls. The men, trash, nasty. So they're gonna get a 2 out of 10. Okay, next we have public gardens, and even though
That's all anybody. Listen, that's the whole nightlife environment. Men are going out to pick up girls. Girls are going out there to get picked up, and if they're not going to go in there to get picked up, they're there to get free drinks and act like they're trying to get picked up to get the free drinks. Don't get it twisted. You're over here with your jugs out.
really hard to get a table here, especially if you're like not in the industry. It is a really good vibe in there. I love the espresso martinis, and the upstairs patio is so cute, and the crowd is normally a little bit more upscale. Men are pretty hot that go there because you kind of gotta have money. It's kind of expensive, but it's a really good place to like grab a drink. But well, you're kind of like pre-gaming. Good vibes. 8 out of 10. Okay, this is H. I've had some dark times in this place. Like, people, when you go into Silent H, if you're a girl and you look slightly, even the slightest bit good, men are gonna be like pulling you and trying to drag you onto their booth as quick as possible. So for the sake of the fact that if I go there, I know I'm gonna get drunk, I'm gonna give them a 5 out of 10. I don't really love the vibes in there, but sometimes I do like the DJ, and I normally drink completely for free, but the men that are there are actually kind of frightening a lot of the time, so 5 out of 10. Okay, Belfast is something I just kind of recently discovered because it's right beside Isabel's and you can get in way easier. There's like a ginormous line for Isabel's beside it every time, and like you can just easily get into Belfast a lot of the time. Good vibes, there's a pool table, there's a DJ on weekends. I really do like it in there. There's a dance floor, like you can kind of do it all. So I'm also
I hope you guys are listening and taking notes. At least she's giving you guys the
like,
drop on the good places.
Trying to hang out and chill.
You know what I mean?
Not,
She's
like,
doing
the
Lord's work.
And sometimes there's...
And the jugs are out, so hey.
I'm gonna give them an 8 out of 10 as well. Okay, next we have Cherries. I don't actually go to Cherries that much, surprisingly, but I do like the vibes in there. It's normally like a decent age range for crowd, like 20, mid-20s-ish. So that's a good vibe. Men are pretty hot that go there. The drinks are not super expensive. It's good vibes for a night out. Like, there's not like dance floor kind of vibe, but it is like good to like hang out and, you know, kind of talk to guys and have a good time with your girls. I'm gonna give it like a 7 out of 10. Now I have a bone to pick with Century. No matter how much I shit on them, I literally keep going there for some reason, but literally the men that go there are actual sharks trying to like pick something up and grab it and bring that thing back to the booth. Like, I go in there and it's just frightening vibes. The men are so weird, old, nasty, gross. 1 out of 10 for Century. The music is all right, but that's it. And they get a 1 point for being like next to my job, so it's close. That's all. Okay, next we have Locals. I do actually really like Locals as of recently. The laissez-faire up top on the rooftop is really cool. Just good vibes in there. It gets really freaking hot in the room though sometimes, and I'm literally feel like I'm gonna die, especially like in the middle of summer. But now that it's kind of like...
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, after watching this tool, you need to ask yourself, if all these places, I don't know any of these places, bro. In this whole video, I only know about like 2 or 3 places that are mentioned. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you know all these places, what are you doing in your spare time? You're wasting time. You know what I mean? You could have been rich already. All the nights you're spending at this club, you could have been rich already. You know what I mean? The ladies are going there just to snag free drinks. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Falling out. It's good vibes in there. Drinks aren't super expensive. Bartenders are super cool. Music is normally really good, country-ish type of vibes, and yeah, I love it. 8 out of 10. Actually, 8.5. I think I might be traumatized by Paris, Texas, just because of literally how packed they get it every single fucking Friday and Saturday. There is only 19-year-olds running around this place. I can't go here. No, we are not going here. I can't. I refuse. It's always so busy. Stop pretending you're having a good time at Paris, Texas. You are not. You are fighting for your life, trying to get into a booth with some 19-year-old who has his daddy's credit card. 0.5 out of 10. 0.5 out of 10. Okay, this video is getting way too long, but like I said in the last video, you can use the Nightlife app to look for descriptions of music, age range, vibes in general.
Ranking the worst vibe spots to go out in Toronto. At number 5, we have the Maddie. There's a lot of floors with different environments, but has the DJ changed its set since 2010? At number 4, we have AM/PM. This is a classic spot for a Saturday night, but it's so crowded that it's hard to breathe. At number 3, we have Fiction. This is a place for underage 18-year-olds who just got to university. At number 2, we have Paris, Texas. PT is a wannabe Nashville where everyone's pretending to have fun. Now, before we get to number 1, if you want to study hard so you can play harder, let me put you on this tool called Whisperflow. It's an AI dictation tool that takes everything you say and puts them into perfectly formatted sentences, removing all grammar and spelling errors. And at number 1 is Fifth. In one night, you'll see your entire discography of talking stages here. Ranking the worst vibe spots to go...
closely. Later, we found plaid shirts using the stolen card at the bar.
Oh wow, they actually caught a pickpocketer live on camera. That's wild.
How this turned into the worst
Crazy.
Toronto nightlife is trash. Probably one of the worst cities I've ever partied in.
So this video's been kind of going viral lately, and I've been getting a lot of hate for it. You know, a lot of people are saying things like, you know, if you don't like Toronto, leave. Or if you think Toronto's bad, wait till you go to Vancouver. Or wait till you go to Saskatoon. And it's like, bro, you gotta understand, I am not comparing Toronto to other Canadian cities. I am comparing Toronto globally. Like, actually...
Yeah, you can't compare Toronto to other Canadian cities, because Toronto's the most Americanized Canadian, you know what I mean? Canadian cities. So, like, no matter what you do in Toronto, if you go somewhere else, it's going to be shittier.
If you genuinely think Toronto has good nightlife, please travel more. Like, really, get the fuck out of this country. Those $200 that you spend every weekend, save them up for a month and go.
Like the strip club now, that's something I might know one two about. You know what I mean? That's something I might know one two about. And you know, in the Toronto strip clubs, it's frowned upon to throw money. You don't even be throwing money like that in the strip clubs. Now, recently, I've been seeing in a lot of the lower level strip clubs, they'll throw money, but still in the higher level strip clubs, they're not throwing money. You know what I mean? In the after hours spots where the man them are smoking in there, smoking, you know what I mean? You could throw money at those type of strippers. But in like the higher end spots, you don't really throw money at the strippers like that.
On a trip, I can guarantee you that once you go out there and you experience what the rest of this world has to offer, you will come back with a very different perspective. And if you want some tips on incredible places to travel, see, and party on a budget, give me a follow.
Toronto nightlife.
Toronto's nightlife is the fucking worst. Literally everything is like, yo, do you want to pay $30 to drive 45 minutes to pay $20 in parking? To pay $25 for a drink?
It's a scam.
Dude, I'll just stay home and get alcohol poisoning here. Why would I? Toronto's nightlife is the fucking...
Is Toronto nightlife dead? The Toronto Star, they did this report basically saying like Toronto nightlife is dead. It's in trouble because of essentially like higher costs, inability of transit to access stuff, and then like cultural changes that happened during the pandemic. But then the funniest thing is they made this video, and like I guess Toronto Star wants to do TikTok now finally too, because oh my god, I guess that's where everyone's getting their news. So they had these like two 22-year-old girls like go out and be like, is Toronto nightlife dead? If you want to know if Toronto nightlife is dead, you can't, no disrespect to them, but you can't ask like a couple 22-year-olds. You gotta ask a Toronto veteran like me who's been in these streets for like over a decade. Bro, I was going out in Toronto before dating apps. I was going out in Toronto at a time where it's like, oh, it's Friday night, I want to meet someone. I guess I better get dressed and go out or I'll die alone, okay? I do think there was a golden age of nightlife in Toronto. I'll be honest, full stop. I don't know that we're gonna get that back. Like 2009 to 2019, basically it was like a decade of rising. And then we had championship summer. Raptors won the playoffs, won the championship, everyone went crazy, and everything went downhill. I don't think Toronto nightlife is dead. I think you're seeing a lot of places emerge after the fact, like smaller venues, different type of vibes. You got like Poetry Jazz Club, you got like Cold Tea. So I don't think it's dead. I think the biggest challenge in Toronto nightlife is always consistency, because it's hard to know if there's a place that's gonna be the same vibe every time you go there. Like you can go to a place on like a random Tuesday night, have the best night of your life, go back the next Tuesday and it's closed. You know, that's the hard part about Toronto nightlife. Follow me or don't.
Everyone in Toronto wants to show up to the bars in Toronto at 11 o'clock at the same time. It's kind of like watching Animal Planet or something. If y'all had just gotten there like half an hour earlier. You can't actually get in anywhere because you have a big group. Even though no one knows anyone, everyone's convinced that they know someone that can get them in at a certain point in time. Now you're standing outside of Ruby Soho with like a bunch of goofballs. So you just start roaming the streets randomly. Now most of your friends are stopping for street meat. If you finally do get in line to someplace, it's $20 cover to get in, and it sucks. You're stuck there. You can't go anywhere else. It's not about the $20, it's about the principle of the thing. So most of your friends will waste much more than $20 inside on drinks. They, on principle, think they're like celebrities or superstars or something, that they shouldn't pay a $20 cover. So ultimately, you just walk around for a while, and then you go home and get fast food or Uber Eats or McDonald's, and you realize the whole night would have been better if you had just ordered the McDonald's and stayed home. Like, look at this fucking shit, man. Laval Club 44, people literally lined up in like kennels and like cages to like work their way into this place, which is just like an overrated pool bar. It's ridiculous. Too much hype.
Friends and I
Wait.
I fell for the Jean Darlene propaganda last night on Ossington, and I need to discuss. Number one, you have to scan a QR code to get proper instructions on how to enter this line. Get to the line. Groups of men paying $500 to bouncer to get in. Recession indicator. Get in, $15 cover. Mandatory coat check. Go upstairs. Can't move, can't breathe, can't dance, can't sing. Go to bar. $20 drink. $20 drink. $20 Jaeger bomb. Capacity 200 max. How many people were in there? 350 minimum. Hazard. Men on elevated surface. 30-plus-year-old men on elevated surface. Fun? Where? No breathing, no moving. Went to Bar Bowie before. Vibes? And I'm not even a hater. I'm not even a hater. I give everything a chance. I give everything a chance. And these were... I don't know if Saturday night is just not the time to go, or if these people are getting paid by Ossington to feed these places down our throats, because genuinely, the hype around it was the most overrated thing I have ever experienced. The only time I have had fun at an establishment on either King Street or Ossington, I guess, is at Two Cats during happy hour for their $5 drinks. Their music, questionable. The vibes in there, though, at least they're chaotic and kind of fun. Anyways, if anybody has legitimate recommendations on how to do a good night out with actual dancing and fun and meeting people, not even in a romantic way, by the way, I was just hoping I would talk to somebody last night who could give me a job. Is that too much to ask for?
What kind of job are you looking for at the club at 1 a.m. in the morning? You're gonna end up on a telly, bro. This is what I'm talking about, right? This is the idiot thing. But yo, like I said before, this is the end of the video. You've been watching me for like 50 minutes now, you know what I mean? If you watch me for this long, 50 minutes, you need to subscribe. There's no reason why you're not subscribed. If you don't subscribe, you're a waste, you waste catty, waste gal. You're a super idiot. Like, why are you watching the whole video if you're not subscribing? You should be subscribed already, you know what I mean? But yeah, you know what I mean? I'm gonna leave it there. Listen, you guys need to drop it in the comments. You're the worst nightclubs, and drop the best nightclubs and the worst bars and the best bars, you know what I mean? Don't gatekeep the sauce, you know what I mean? If you know where there's a good place you could have a good time in Toronto, drop it, bro, because clearly a lot of people are looking for that place, you know what I mean? You might be helping somebody out, you know what I mean, in a hard time. But yo, make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the channel. I'm off of this, bro.